All right, cover to cover book club. This is what you have been waiting on. I know it. This is an exciting day. This is book wrap up, even though we started another book, but we had to make sure we do this book wrap up. This book wrap up is for the amendment. If everybody doesn't know, this is Cadence the grand pup. So if you hear me talking off to the side, I'm either talking to Cadence to hush or Braylon to simmer down. So I'm on active grandma duty today, but I could not do this book wrap up. So here we go. We got the gang here. We got D all the way from Cali. Welcome to book club wrap up.
Hello.
Okay, Braylon just gotta say hi. Say hi, Braylon. Okay.
Hey, Braylon.
Say I'm one.
Oh, big boy.
Say I'm one. One. Not yet, but I've been practicing with him. We got 4 months. And we have Detective Latoya Burks in the house.
Whoop, 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 whoop. I'll do autographs later. I'll do autographs later. Just
yes. Just take your time. We'll see you in the green room. And then, hold up. Braylon messing with the set. Oh Lord, okay. This is all real live time. This is me being transparent. This is what I do. We got Tamala in the house, Texas in the house, by way of Louisiana. Who that? What?
What it do, everybody? I can't turn my camera on. I'm still in just got up mode. I'm spring breaking early. I'm officially on spring break. Okay. So I'm here.
Yes. Well,
and I'm excited.
Yes, thank you. And was it Social Workers Week this week?
School Social Work Week. It's Social Workers Month.
Yes, thank y'all. Just thank y'all. Thank y'all for your services. Because I can't imagine having children. Okay. I can't imagine having children in the school system these days. So I'm far removed from that. But the person, the woman of the hour, the queen of twist is here to talk about, we got to talk about everything. Kiersten, I don't know why I cannot say your name so well. I've been saying it in my sleep last night. I'm like, Kiersten, Kiersten, the queen of twist is here. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for being with us again. You were with us. You were so gracious to be with us for the arrangement. Oh my God. And that was so good. And I when I look on Audible and it says 5 hours, I'm like, yes, this is my jam. Because you don't have time to waste time. You come out the gate, like boom. Tell us, what have you been up to since the amendment dropped? Like, I was so happy about Latoya's probably already hooked on getting it early. When I saw that email, I'm like, I get it early. I was just ecstatic. Tell me, how has it been so far having it out?
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Yeah. The arrangement was meant to be a standalone story. So it was a big surprise to my readers when I came out with the sequel for it. It's been amazing. I wasn't sure. I don't really write sequels, so I was really nervous about how it would go, but the reception has been great. Everyone seems to love it. They're excited about more Peter and Ainsley, and it's just been a lot of fun to get the reactions from it.
Yeah, I feel like we had an exclusive. I know this is probably already in your writing plans and all that, but I feel like cover to cover had a lot to do with this, because look who we got over here, Detective Latoya Burks.
Yeah,
I gotta tap you in, because Kiersten, this was so awesome that I don't know if you wrote this down, how you remembered this, but all the things that you do, and you were able to do that. Latoya, how did you feel when you saw that? And then also in the acknowledgement, how did you feel, Latoya?
Let's see. I made a reel about it. Y'all didn't see my dance, and I did, because I was so happy. Right. So, no, it was absolutely amazing. So, as you guys know, I'm an avid reader. Of course, I'm part of this book club, and I'm part of a lot of other book clubs. I'm on Goodreads. I do the Pop Sugar Challenge, and I'm trying to be a bookstagrammer, right? And so I'm an avid reader. So when our last book talk with Kiersten, when I mentioned it, just joking, I didn't really think she'll do it, right? And so when I'm reading the book and I see my name, I kid y'all not, literally, this is what happened. I was laying in the bed reading, half sleep, right? It woke me all the way up. I literally jumped out the bed. I'm a heavy girl. I didn't know that I could make one single leap from the bed to the floor. Did a happy dance, immediately grabbed my phone and messaged Kiersten. You put my name in your book. And she was like, I told you I was. I'm like, yeah, that's my girl. That's my girl. So I was super excited. Like I said, I made a reel about it. I did my review. I put it like everywhere that I could put it, at least my places, social media, Facebook, Instagram, Goodreads, Amazon. Like I put it everywhere. But that's super exciting. And then it's kind of like, now I'm in the pages of the book, and this book is going to be around forever, right? So my grandkids can tell their kids, look at grandma, look at her name in this book, y'all. So that was absolutely amazing, though. Kiersten, that made me feel so good, as you know already. But it was, and I told everybody, like literally everybody, even my grandmother, right? I told everybody, and everyone was super excited, and they thought that was awesome. They thought that was awesome. What I like the most about Kiersten is the way she engages with her fans, the way she talks to us like we've been knowing each other forever, right? And she listens, and she remembers. And Kiersten, I think that's what makes you top notch. Your interaction, your engagement. And just doing something really simple, but it's a huge, magnificent thing that made my year.
Yeah, Kiersten, I mean, I have to echo that because, when you said it on book club, I remember, but then I didn't remember. Okay. And I'm the book club moderator. So I'm like, okay, I remember, but I don't remember. And then, I mean, the mention was great. Detective Latoya Burks, this is what, this is this. But the acknowledgement at the end, that just.
Acknowledgement.
I'm like, Kiersten.
The acknowledgement. I showed everybody, both of my grandmothers, I know what I was talking about. I said, Momo, look, I'm in the acknowledgements. That's good, baby. That's good. But no, that's absolutely amazing. Like, and then this is the thing, Kiersten. I do a lot of stressful things. I'm dealing with some things right now. When I say a way to lift the heaviness off of me and just bring me joy for that moment, it couldn't have come at a better time. I needed that. I needed it. You have no idea how much I needed that. And so, you're on mute.
Sorry. Kiersten, how does it feel even hearing all this? Like the magnitude of it? Like, how does it make you feel?
It means so much to me. I mean, when we did the book club last time and you asked, and I knew you were joking, but I told you I was going to do it. You said you wanted to be a detective, and I was like, okay, I'll put you in there. And it was so fun. I mean, I held on to that. I was like, if I write the sequel, I'm doing it. And when I sent you the arc, I was like, I'm not going to tell her. I'm just going to let her find out. I'm going to let it be a surprise. And I kept waiting, girl. You don't know how long. I was like, okay, come on. She's going to message me at some point. She's going to find her name. And it was like waiting on pins and needles for you to find it. But it feels so good because it is something really simple for me to do. But like, I love that it means so much to you. And like you said, I try to engage with my readers. I try to, be as active as I can. And you guys are the reason that I get to do what I do. So if I can do stuff like that, I put readers in my books all the time. But usually it's like for giveaways and stuff. It's very rarely just because they've asked. But it was just a really nice, thing for you to want to be in my book forever. First of all, you trusted me with, making you a character and not going too crazy with it. And yeah, it was just really fun. And I'm glad that it means so much to you because it's special to me too. You'll be a part of my, world and my books forever.
It was so cool. So cool. We do have some comments here. We got Latoya Frazier checking in. Hey, Latoya. Latoya said, y'all, these were my first by Kiersten, and man, fire, hook. I'll tell you, after the arrangement, I got the liar's wife.
Mm-hmm.
I got the mother-in-law. And I think I got one more. I was like, oh, I got Audible credits. Boop, 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 boop. And what I enjoyed reading the copy, but I'm so spoiled with Audible. I have to tell you, Kiersten, that they did an amazing job with this Audible. This Audible, I love how the guy was doing Ansley's voice. Like, when he's doing Ansley, I said, ooh, this is good. This is good. But I want to have some of the other book club members chime in. Tamla, thank you for joining us live. Tell us how you felt about reading these books.
Okay, first off, I'm new to reading. I'm just really getting into it. When I read the first one, I was like, oh my God, this is the book for me. This is where I need to be. This is a great way to start. I couldn't put it down. Then here comes the second one. I'm like, oh my God. No, I didn't see the twists, the turns. It was just, I was hooked. I started reading like on a Thursday. I was done by Friday night. I couldn't put it down. I'm at work. I'm trying to hurry up and social work these kids so I can get back to reading and listening. Look, I appreciate you being a part of this group, coming in and talking. I think that's what sold me as well. Your interaction as well. It was big. Man, I'm like, how much of her is Ainsley? How much of her is Peter? Where do you find this at? But it was amazing, phenomenal. I've enjoyed your books. And I'm hooked. I'm a reader now. I'm in the cover to cover book club. I'm in there. Yay. So yes.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, so that's the question then. So where do you get this from, Kiersten? Because like I'm borderline scared. Like when I saw your husband do the TikTok falling out, I was like, hold up now. Y'all need to stop playing because Kiersten, I don't know. We gotta check on him too.
I always say it's like playing a role. It's like being an actress when I get to sit down at the keyboard, because I get to play these crazy characters and these, evil characters, and I just get to be people who are so unlike myself. And obviously, like there are pieces of me and almost all my characters, just like quirks and that sort of thing. But I really just love getting to be different characters and different experiences. And I've always loved dark things. That's the genre that I read is what I write. So I read all the dark and twisted stories. I love true crime. I grew up reading mysteries and watching mysteries. And so I just love all that dark stuff. And so while I may be sunshiny, I have a very big interest in all of the dark, the darkness of the world and all of, how people tick and, what makes people do awful things. And so it's just really fun to get to explore that in a safe way, because I'm a kind of a chicken with like certain things. Like I get really scared about like scary movies, especially horror. So, but when I'm creating it, it's different. Like I can create it and not scare myself because it's coming out of my head. So it's really fun.
That is very cool. And this is the whole reason why I created Cover to Cover. I like to read books, but I have a certain genre. And I was never a psychological thriller. I watch the movies. Now I'm a psychological thriller movie goer. But books, I was like, I don't know. But thank you, Latoya. She opened that whole genre to me, and that's why I wanted to do Cover to Cover, so that way I can get out of my own self, get with other people who are avid readers and read other things, and also read for leisure, because I was always reading for self-improvement, personal growth, career. So I needed to get out of that. Dee, let me ask you, how were you feeling about the book?
So for me, I am not like, I love to read in the concept. I love to read, but do I have the time to read? So joining Cover to Cover was great for me to get back into that love of reading. So when I asked Deborah, when it came down to the amendment, because I missed the first one, the arrangement, should I read the arrangement first? And she was like, absolutely, you have to. So because of that, I went back and read that and was totally hooked. Like I was like, okay, this is right up my alley. I love the twist. I used to really enjoy like psychological thrillers, and reading them back in the days, pre-family and all of that stuff, when I had the time. So it was right up my alley. Then I introduced my husband to it and told him about it because, you hear a lot of titles, the arrangement, right? There's titles out there. But then I was like, no, it's not like that. There's a twist, like almost right out the gate. I was not expecting it. I'm thinking it's going to be like, okay, the arrangement or whatever, whatever. And we were hooked. Then we were doing audiobooks like in the evening time while we were cooking, and we're trying to get caught up so we can go to the amendment. Then I couldn't find the amendment. Then I was losing it. Like, what do I have to do? Do I have to like download what? And we're like downloading all kind of apps and stuff. We finally find it. We get it. We're into it. And we're like texting each other at work, like, oh my gosh, are you on chapter such and such? Did you hear? Like, we are mouth dropped so many times, which actually led to discussions in the evening time about like, oh my goodness, like this is, crazy. Like, what do you think about this? And we started to going like totally like off track about, but what if this? And we're like creating our own plot twist, right? Well, what do you think is going to happen next? And what do you think? And then when we hear it, we're like, oh, I wasn't expecting that one. So here's us thinking we're figuring it out, right? We were not figuring it out whatsoever. And so that was a great thing. Like, I really, really enjoyed what we did, enjoyed both of them. And we cannot wait to read the other books that you have out. So you definitely have two new fans in us. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm sure he'll be passing it on because he reads a lot more than I do. So he'll be passing it on and so forth. And he wasn't able to be here today, unfortunately. But yes, absolutely. They are really great books with those twists that where you think, okay, I'm gonna figure it out. I know it, and did not see a lot of things coming. And that's what really makes it nice. And it held my attention. So for me, not to be like an avid reader, for it to not be too long, but long enough, and for it to, because of those twists and how it was written, to hold my attention, wanting more, like wanting the next chapter. So when the amendment ended, I was like screaming, no, it cannot end. I still need a couple more chapters. Like, I want to know about the kids. I want to know, did they inherit a trait? Like, I'm now like all into it. And I'm like, no, it cannot end that way. So definitely a great read. I cannot wait to read more of your books. Look forward to it. And it's so nice to meet the author of these great books. So congratulations to you. Absolutely. Great, great writing. Thank you.
Yeah. It was awesome. I mean, we were anticipating this because even when I did the book list for this year, I'm like, I put an amendment in here. I wasn't quite sure when the audio was going to come out. And so I'm like, we're going to stick this right in here. There's no way we're not going to be able to read it. You want to read it too? Okay. Maybe later. So yeah, I mean, it was so good. Tamara, let me ask you this. What new character did you like that was introduced in this book?
The psychiatrist. I liked her, the counselor, the family counselor. I don't know what it was about her. And then the way, like, because I'm like Aditi, I was trying to figure it out. Where was she gonna play? Was she playing along, or was now she about to join in with with them two on their mission? I was all kind of caught up with her, but then the way she tried to save herself, I was hooked on her. I don't know what it was about her, but that was it. It was like, yeah, because I kept trying to figure it out. I'm like, I'm nosy, so I think I'm gonna figure out the plot twist, what's coming up next. I watched the ID channel and I figure out, oh yeah, the boyfriend did it. The way they keep talking about him in the past tense. I'm like, yeah. So I was trying to figure out what role did she play in this, and so that kind of threw me off. When it comes out where she was at and how this was, I was like, oh, oh, you got me this time. But then at the end, so yeah, the counselor, the marriage counselor was my character.
Yeah, Kiersten, how did you just come out the gate talking about, can we kill her? I'm like, oh my God. Can I put my headphones on? Can I get settled in my seat? And all I hear is, can we kill her? I'm like, y'all just seen this woman one time.
I like to come out of the gate crazy, right?
I said, Kiersten, can I get settled into the book? So that was good. That was good. Latoya, let me ask you then too. Who was besides yourself? Because I mean, Detective Burke, you were in there. But what other character did you like that was introduced in this second one?
Okay. So before I say any of that, I just want to kind of piggyback on some other things that were said. One, Kiersten doesn't waste time she gets straight to it. It's always fast paced. I ain't got time to bring you through 5 chapters before I give you some juiciness, right? We start right off the gate. If you think you know what's gonna happen, you wrong. It never. Kiersten, I don't even understand your imagination because I read a lot, so usually I know, right? I'm never ready when it comes to you, and that's why I really love your books because it keeps me guessing. But my favorite. All right, this is going to seem kind of weird. All right, it's not the psychiatrist. Let me tell you about her. She confused me because I'm saying to myself, how you let Peter charm you and you ended up in his room? How that happened? Because you're a psychiatrist lady, like you should be able to see the crazy before it comes. Like how do we get here? So that really, I think I would love to see in the third book a little more in Peter's character, because what exactly is he doing to charm these people that he get a hold of? Because obviously, if this psychiatrist is a strong-willed person, she deals with crazy people all the time, and she still was naive to him. I'm trying to figure out how she got there. Anyway, it's probably I guess my favorite character is probably Ainsley, even though I didn't agree with everything that she did in the book. However, she just a whole lot of crazy like me. And yeah, I was like, look at my girl. And her and Peter are the best couple. They just didn't know they're the best couple because both of them missing some marbles. And so I don't know why she tried to leave him. She should have known he was going to get out, get away. I'm looking for a movie because in my mind, when we read, we try to picture what the character would look like. I'm trying to think, who would you guys cast as Peter? Because I don't have a Peter in my mind yet. Like I haven't. I'm thinking somebody a little buff, but not too buff. Like Spider-Man abs, right? Spider-Man, he kind of low key fine. But
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he gives me.
You didn't know all that was there. That's what I'm thinking.
Yes,
he gives me ordinary guy. It has to be somebody that kind of looks like you would trust him. Yeah. Like you would trust to meet him on a blind date. That you would trust to be alone with him. Because you think you can take him if he tried you.
But good looking though. But like good looking, charming, yes. Almost like because at first the arrangement, I was thinking Peter like nerdy kind of, but now this second one, because that in the woods, I said, oh, let me turn this off. I said, hold up, let me turn this off. It got a little bit dark. I said, I'm gonna press pause because I didn't know you was gonna go there.
Baby, Peter ain't no joke. Peter gets off on this stuff. That's what makes him.
Yeah.
That's what turns him on.
Okay. I think this is either Summer or Latasha said this. The guy that plays in the show,
Joe from You.
Joe from You.
Because Joe, he kind of low key fine. He got a few lit abs, but you don't know it till he take off his shirt.
Yes.
Yep.
I read all those.
Yeah, because he looks like somebody you can take. If he tried you, he looked like if I chop him, in the right place, I can take him down.
Right.
So you kind of trust him. And then that's what it is. It has to be somebody on that level. And that's what
Yeah.
I see. Not a big buff man, not a strong guy, but it has to
Yeah.
be the ordinary guy, but that's really strong.
Yeah,
in
but he
itself.
already then poisoned you or something, and you about to pass out and wake up in his.
Yes.
Yep.
Man,
That's
ooh,
how I
this
think
is
he got
good.
the counselor. I think
Yeah.
he hit her with something, and then she wakes up there, but we don't get to see that whole part. You know,
Oh,
the
I
charm,
thought
and
she
then
just.
no, because the charm, he's charming her as she's being held captive, and now she's playing along. See, that threw me off too, because I thought Peter was in the office.
Right.
And so I'm like, oh, Peter done worked her. He got her. Oh, she now. But then that twist got me. I'm like, oh man, I'm wrong.
Yes. So
It
after
was all of a sudden. It seemed like Ansley, and this is, I don't want to give away too much, but this is, hold on, Raylan. It seemed like Ansley and Peter were like falling for her. It almost felt like that. I'm like, am I going the wrong way with this? But it's like they both were trying to get her in their clutches in one way or another.
Yeah. Yeah, and they were, and Tam's right. You know, she was trying to like manipulate her way. She was playing Peter and Ainsley to get herself free, whatever it took. But basically, after the session where she's like, fencing isn't really fencing, that's when he took her. And it definitely wasn't willingly. But then she plays along and pretends that she's like, you know, in love with him to get herself out, basically.
Oh, but Peter said, I didn't heard this script before. It was like deaf ears. He like, I heard this before, girl. No. Oh, it was so good. Dee Dee, let me ask you, who was your the new character that was introduced this time around that you enjoyed?
Well, outside of the ones that were already mentioned, I like the part where you actually started to incorporate the children, like their normal life. And then when you incorporated the whole scenario with her daughter, right, and her friends, and and about the teacher, like that is real life things, you know, that can happen. So even though she's dealing with her husband and their marriage and all of this stuff that is unfolding, but then you start to incorporate, but this is their everyday life, this is his job, and but then how you incorporated his friend that he knew from college and how he started all of this, and then her job too, but also the children and how you started to incorporate them into how it all fits. I really liked how it came full circle. For some reason, I was looking towards the son's girlfriend, something with her parents. Like, I'm thinking that, but but then when you started talking about the dance and she, that mom wasn't paying attention because she's focused on something else, that's real life and how things can distract us, you know, from what we normally would be focusing on, and even though that Ansley was always focused on her husband and she knew what he was doing, but still, yet she was managing the household, the kids, the this. So that twist to bring in all of that and the coach and so forth, I really enjoyed that. So it wasn't so much one character, but that scenario regarding the family was really like, oh, okay, I wasn't, expecting that. And then also how you talked about how you slowly brought in Ansley past and how her past and how she was raised really affected her as an adult. And I think that is so important. And you did the same for Peter too, about how his past. And when he goes to college and he's just kind of trying to leech on to somebody so he can just be a part of something or be a friend with someone. And that right there was clever because it wasn't all at one time. It was bits and pieces, and then that's kind of what held me on to wanting to know more. And as soon as you give me a crumb, then you'll take it away, and then I would have to wait, and then I really would have to wait to the next couple of chapters, to find out more and more. So all of that kind of incorporated on all of these supporting roles to the main characters, that was really impressive and engaging for me.
Yeah, and I mean the mother, that was good, But then Jim, y'all can't sleep on Jim. I know he was a villain. I mean, not a villain, but he was a bad boy. But the way the audio put it, I could just see him, the arrogance, the cockiness, the bullying, like adult bullying. I'm like, Peter, I mean, are we in a private group? This is a safe space, right? Like, Peter, get your nuts! Like, girl, get nuts! Like, when you gonna stand up to this dude? Like, I'm yelling at my phone.
I picture Jim, the guy with the tight like Wrangler jeans on that look good. I don't know. That's what I'm telling you. I got the movie down packed. The casting. I'm on it. Like, got the scruffy kind of like short hair, but he looked good. He good, hardworking man. Fine. But yeah, that's what I was looking. I pictured Jim, that guy that can charm anybody. He, get the accent, the laugh, the little sexy, sneaky laugh. Yeah. So yeah, Jim. I didn't sleep on Jim though. Yeah. Yeah, Jim was a bully. Jim was very arrogant, and yeah, I think if Ainsley had really gotten into, she would have been. Her and his interaction would have been very interesting. It was short-lived, but it would have been very interesting because of their personality.
Yeah.
Because Ainsley is a boss bee, and so she wasn't going to let him bully her. So that was going to be their interaction would have been
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like y'all too. I be trying to see who these people look like. I don't know. Who do y'all think Ansley will look like? I don't know. I almost see Ansley as a Black woman, almost of sorts. Is she biracial?
No. Black people don't kill people like that. Sorry, no.
But that would be a great twist.
No.
The biracial, because what side of her does that come from? Because it would be a great twist, because we would never think, because we, just like you said, Black people don't do that. But if Ainsley was a super fine sister that killed people, hey, for her man, for the love of her man.
No. But in the book, she's very descriptive on how she looks like, and I pictured that she's very descriptive. Her size, her hair color, her poise, how she carries herself. And I'm horrible with names, so I would not be great at casting anybody. But to follow along with that, because I have this vision of how she'll look based on the descriptive writing on how she is, her hair, and just kind of just everything. Like, I envision the house, how the room, how she sits in front of the mirror and brushes her hair. Like, I was envisioning that every step of the way, but I didn't have a face to it. I just envisioned everything else.
Yeah. The audio had my little brain. I was going to the gym, listening to it. I was working. I was stopping like, oh my God. It was just, Kiersten, it was awesome. Let's see. What other questions? I guess let's just go round table.
So, all right. When it comes to Jim, what's his name? Jim?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Jason Statham.
Ooh, yes.
Ruffy.
Yeah.
Bad A, right? He has that look, and he can really be a bad guy. That's who I would cast as him. Now, I'm not gonna lie. The whole time I was like, Peter, I need you to punch him in the throat now, not later. Now, how you let your wife pick up your lightweight, my boy?
Yeah, that's what I was like. He was taking too long. He was letting Jim string him along. Like, he was going up with Jim.
I didn't like that at all.
He was going with Jim. Meet me here, do this.
Yes. But from the psychological point of it, Peter is always longing for attention and love. So that plays into it. He does whatever it takes to keep that relationship going, because that's what he's longing for, the friendship. I'm a social worker, y'all, so mental health and all of that is my thing.
Come on, social worker.
But that is where I picked up from it. He couldn't hurt his friend, this person who he felt gave him so much. And he honestly, the little boy in him looked up to Jim, and he couldn't hurt him. But I was with you, because I'm like, hit him in the head with a shovel. What you gonna do? Hey, take him to the woods. Let's go.
After that first threat, the first threat, and especially the way he was looking at his wife.
Yeah, and I felt like Peter was gonna
at that point, because you know what type of guy he is. He taught you everything you know. You already know what type of guy he is. I would have been immediately trying to figure out how I'm about to get rid of him. Oh, you about to go, my boy.
I was like, we could just go ahead and have a backyard patio built.
Yeah, you like kill people for a living. What's taking so long? I was like, why this dude still here? Why he still here? Why?
Yeah, but that was a great first. That was great for Ansley.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like on Game of Thrones when Joffrey would come on every episode and everybody in the world was like, why he's still alive? why is Joffrey still here? That's how I felt about Jim. Like, why he's still here? Come on. Time to go.
Yeah, that was good. I mean, okay. Tamla, what are your final thoughts for Kiersten with this book? And then we'll let you, Dee Dee.
My final thoughts. Phenomenal series. I love both books. I love your writing style. Like, I'm now a new fan. Like I said before, I'm not an avid reader. I wasn't an avid reader. I only read for school and work and hated it then. But I am hooked. I love the way this was written. I can easily see this being on a very good movie, a Lifetime kind of like one of the mini series, where they show, bits and pieces, because you couldn't do a whole movie on this. It has to be chopped up because of the way the suspense and the build-ups. So you have to do like a mini series. But it was phenomenal. I loved each character. I love the way that Ansley's love for her husband blinded her to what was really going on with her children, how she missed it. And I felt that. I don't know. I'm a mom who works, 40 plus hours. I felt when she missed the fact that, hey, I hadn't taken my child to dance. I hadn't picked her up. Oh my God, I'm a horrible mom. I felt that. But yes, phenomenal book. I'm so glad I could be a part of this. I had to go put my wig on so I could get on camera and all of that. But yeah, I loved it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, thank you. I like that you guys like the kids and being involved, because I do think that was the way we got to like humanize Ainsley. After doing such awful things, we got to see like that human side of her, like Dee said earlier, like being a mom and having to deal with all of like the life stuff on top of like all the crazy with her husband and trying to sort that out. So yeah, it was really fun to add all of the stuff with her kids. And the first one was so action packed with like what was going on. We didn't see a lot of their like day-to-day life. So it was fun to get to pull back the curtain a little bit and see their life, and then also like their past.
So, Kiersten, when are we going to give book 3?
Oh, wait, you gotta wait a minute. Dee Dee gotta give her final thoughts, and then we'll go to
that. I'm sorry. All right. Y'all forget I said that. Wait, this is the Men in Black thing. I'm erasing your memory.
Go, Dee Dee.
Well, I was going to incorporate that question into my final thoughts, but I've said, what I've said before, which mirrors what Tam just said, that
Okay, I think Dee Dee, you have a little connectivity issues. Come back to us. All right, when she comes back, I'll put her back up on there. But yeah, that is the question. That's the question, because Kiersten, I think a third book would really put everything to sleep. I mean, a third book could really put everything to bed. Or is it 2 books? Is it a 5-part series? Help us.
This might be one of those 20-part series, just like Alex Cross got 50
just
books,
let them keep going.
Let's keep going. This is a tag team couple. When they might can turn it for good, like start taking out people that don't need to be here, right? Like the
vigilantes.
Yeah, like, hey.
But no, because now they got the trust thing. How do I trust you? You just
they will never trust
you
each
just
other.
left me. Yeah, so that is the interesting part. I want to see what's gonna happen whenever now they gotta play like husband and wife again whenever we all meet back up at this beach, because that's where I'm seeing the next book start at. I'm hitting that third book. We're going to start out at the beach.
This is the thing. Even before Ainsley got pulled into his world, like he learned from Jim, Ainsley learned from him. Even before she got pulled into that world, they never really trusted each other. He never trusted her to tell her what type of person he really was.
Mm-hmm.
She kept secrets for him because she never told him that she knew what he was doing. They never trusted each other. So I think this is going to be a tag team. They go around killing people, but they would never trust each other.
It would be interesting though, because I know if you tried to kill me and I survived and we got to be together, if I'm the person, if I'm Ainsley, now you're waiting for the shoe to drop.
Oh,
you're waiting on what day you're going to wake up with your hands tied up behind your back. It's like, when is he coming for me? So there goes the suspense part. Look, okay, on the beach, but I'm muting again. But
yeah, but I just think that they will live with each other, but they would never. It's like sleep with one eye open. I would never ever fully trust you. Like but you know how they say keep your enemies close. They have to stick together. That's the only way it's going to work. Because if they can't sleep in separate rooms, because they like you say, they'll be like, is he coming in this room tonight? Is he gonna try to kill me? That type of thing. They have to keep each other close. They know too much about each other. And Ainsley tried to kill Peter. You better watch your back, girl.
And here's the thing too, is in the beginning, we saw their true colors in this book, I think, because in the beginning, when they're very beginning, when they're having the confrontation at the kitchen table, and Peter considers for just a moment trying to kill Ainsley, and he says he could never hurt her. He would sooner turn himself in. And so I think we saw the true colors where Peter had those thoughts and has never tried to hurt Ainsley. And then Ainsley was just okay, well, we're done here. And, went her own way. So I think they're the kind of couple that will, no one else can ever hurt each other, but or no one else can ever hurt them. Peter would kill for Ainsley. Ainsley would kill for Peter. But will they ever be able to actually hurt each other? Ainsley tried and it didn't work. So I don't know. What I've been saying about book 3 is I don't have any actual plans for book 3. I actually planned to end this with Peter dying, was how I'd planned to end it. And then I changed my mind and decided we needed that final twist because I wanted to leave it open just in case. And so I was not planning to do this book 3, but I've been open to the idea. If I come up with a really good idea, I just want to make sure it makes sense for the series. But this is the first time I'm telling anyone this. Last week I had an idea for a book 3. So book 3, I am 98% sure it's coming. It will probably be really soon because I have an idea for it, and it might be the next book I write. So it might be out in June or July. But that's the first I've told. So you guys got an exclusive.
We heard it here first.
Yes.
Now, Kiersten, if you need a think tank partner, if you need someone to bounce ideas off of, look, this is my genre. I'm all about the cray. I'm this is me in real life. So if you need ideas, you need to bounce them out, just hit me up.
Will do. Well, this has been good because I've heard what you guys liked about it. So I know what to keep playing up and stuff for the next book. So yeah.
Yes. I mean, it has been after that, and it's always good to the last sentence. The last sentence. I'm like, ooh, this is so good. So it's just been awesome. We did have some comments coming in. We have Latoya Bibla also chiming in with us. She said the amendment to the amendment. Nope, it should be called the full amendment, full circle, the everlasting entanglement. Just kidding. She said call it 360 amendment. So, it was so good.
Someone suggested the atonement. Peter's revenge. So I'm kind of I kind of like that. I don't know. I've been playing around. I've kind of pigeonholed myself into I have to come up with another A word. So
somebody said don't forget their role in your next book. I think that is Latasha. I don't have my She don't have it where we can see her name. Tasha, let us know if that's you.
Yeah, that was Latasha.
Was that Latasha? Okay, Latasha won her role too. And then Latoya, you're gonna be in another book. Daya said in his next book he's gonna write you in. So
yeah, I can't look after Daya told me that. Now I'm on a mission, y'all. I need y'all to listen to me clearly because I need your help, guys. Okay, I'm on a mission to get in as many books as I can get in. Okay, it's like now, Kiersten, you got me hooked. That is a real high. And so now I'm going to reach out to different authors. I'm going to talk to self-published people. I'm going to try my best to get in as many books as I can. Of course, look, I'm a detective, y'all. I can help you. Okay, I'm here to crack the code. I'm here to ask the questions. I'm asking the burning questions that no one else will ask. I'm all about action. Look, knees to chest. I'm running behind the bad guy. You got me. Okay, I'm trying to get in as many books. I'm serious, y'all. I'm like, will Stephen King read my letter? I don't know, but
yeah,
I'm trying. So, y'all, this to me, this is fun. To see how many people are willing to place my name in their book. And I talked to Kiersten. She's the one that explained to me how the Bookstagram thing works, right? And because I read so much, y'all, literally, I read anywhere between like 60 and 80 books a year, right? So it's like I say I need to start writing these reviews and blah blah blah. And I'm hoping that more people will notice because I read, but I wouldn't review. So I'm hoping more people notice that I'm an avid reader. I have something to say, and I'm hoping more people in the book community will pay attention to me and hopefully connect me with these authors. I've been wanting to write my own book for a very long time. My problem is I can talk. I can actually write well, but when it comes to writing, I don't know where to start. So I never even attempted to write a book. I'm stuck, right? But I can speak. I can speak it out. So I said I'll just continue reading. I'm not going to write my own series about my alter egos. I'm just going to let you guys do it. So whenever y'all decide to write your second, fifth, 45th,
I love that. You're gonna have your own. You're gonna have your own Latoya Burks shelf.
yeah, that's what I want. I want this stuff in my house. I think it's so much fun, and then it gives me. It just it. A life without goals is just you're wandering around doing nothing. You're not working toward anything. So this is a fun goal for me because I'm all about work all the time. So I actually gave myself something fun to do. Reach out to authors, reach out to people, hopefully influence people in a way to where, hey, look, whether it's a full character or just a name, just someone, a cameo, I think it's fun. And then I really want to see who they would make me, right? Y'all, I'm so happy I introduced this book club to thrillers, psychological, domestic, suspense. I'm so happy I introduced you guys to that because when it comes to my book picks, y'all gonna see so much more of that. So get ready. And for you guys, the first time, if this is your first time reading this type of genre, Kiersten was the best person to start with. She was the best person to start with because it's so fast paced and it keeps you on the edge of your seat. That it's like you don't have time to get bored with the book. So I'm so happy that you guys are reading this genre now. And I can't wait to see your next book, Kiersten.
Thank you. I love that. I really try to make sure all my books are fast paced. Like we talked about earlier, they're all relatively short. I write for busy people like me who don't have hours a day to read. I want to sit down and like they said earlier, like we said earlier, listen to an audiobook in 5 hours. That's wonderful to me. A 10, 11-hour audiobook takes way too much time for me. So I like the shorter books. I like fast paced. I want it to start from page 1 and not let me go until the end. And so that's my goal for all of my books.
Yes, and you have been knocking it out the park. Didi, we need to come back to you because you got cut off a little bit for your final thoughts. I saw you also put in there what motivates the author.
Yeah, so I've said a lot of what I wanted to say, but I did wanted to ask you, Kiersten, what motivates you to write?
Yeah, I just love writing. I've always loved books. I've been a reader, like, before I started kindergarten. My mom had taught me to read because I was just so interested in stories. And I think from the time I realized that there was actually someone writing the books that I loved, I was like, that's what I want to do. I'd been telling stories and making up plays and forcing my sisters to act out the plays and, creating short stories and stuff all my life. And when I realized that that was an actual career, I was done for. So by fourth grade, I was writing novels just about every year. In high school, I would write books and I would print out like a 200-page stack of printer paper and bring it to school and like pass it out to my teachers and friends. And it was my book for the year. So I've always just loved writing, and I graduated and my first book came out 2 years after I graduated. So it's just been something I have always worked toward. But even if I wasn't doing it as a career, I would still be writing and putting, notebooks full of stories on my shelves because it's my hobby. Like a lot of people like to, everybody has hobbies, right? So mine is writing. When I'm bored and my husband's watching TV, I get my laptop out and work on a story. Or, when we're going on a car ride and I'm bored, that's just what I love to do. And so it's a really big bonus that I get to do it for a living now.
It is. It's so awesome. We appreciate your time, your attention. We can't wait for the next book. The crowd goes, wow. Woo! Yes. So I thoroughly appreciate you, everybody. Thank y'all for joining in. Thank you, Kiersten. We with you. You got us.
Well, thank you.
I'm gonna make sure I save a credit for June.
Yes.
June, July.
Yeah.
That way, I'm already in there.
I can't wait.
I want to put it out there. If you're not following Kiersten on social media, make sure you guys follow her. Follow Kiersten on Facebook and Instagram.
And TikTok. She's also a TikTok star now.
I'm not following you on TikTok.
Oh my God, you're not a real fan. You're not a real fan if you're not on TikTok with her. Because when it comes to TikTok, all right. I'm gonna tell y'all this secret. Oh Lord.
All right. When it comes to TikTok, I might make some videos and put it on TikTok, but I haven't been on TikTok as much lately because Facebook monetized me.
Oh, nice.
So I spend more time on Facebook Reels, but I have to get back to TikTok because, motivation comes from TikTok too. So that's my fault. I'm very sorry.
I'll forgive you.
Kiersten, tell everybody where they can follow you on social media so that way we can all tap in.
Yeah, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok as Kiersten Modglin Author. And then I'm on Twitter as K Modglin Author. So I'm pretty much everywhere.
I'm following your TikTok right now.
Awesome.
The only reason why I know that is because sometimes she puts them on Instagram, and I'm like, oh, let me go over to TikTok too. So thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining in. This has been a thoroughly good one. Now, every time I ask all the authors, so don't think I just asked Kiersten to come on. I ask everybody. I asked Will Smith. I ain't getting a response.
Wait, let me put myself on mute. That's funny, girl. You asked Will Smith.
Yes, I mean, I
know Will ain't gonna answer us back.
I mean,
all right, let me go on mute.
I need to maybe ask Jada. I don't know, but I ask everybody. But thank you, Kiersten, for being who you are and what you do. We appreciate you. You have our full support. We can't wait to the next one. And then I guess we got to have you back again.
Of course.
When we wrap it all up all over again, when you blow our minds all over again. So thank you. Everybody have a rest of a good day. Enjoy yourself. I'm in grandma mode, so I got to go.
Awesome. Bye. Thank you guys for having me. It was good to see you again.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye-bye.